We are learning new details about the death of a reality TV star and fitness guru, Greg Plitt.
The Burbank Police Department is investigating Greg Plitt's unusual death.
Words like integrity and honor, discipline, character, are lost in society. That's why when you see something pure, it just jumps off the page, jumps off the screen.
250 magazine covers, Hollywood films, global commercials, and a fire that inspired millions.
You only live once, but if you work it right, once is enough, my friends.
He was the most successful fitness model in history.
There's no excuse not to be the hardest motherfucking worker in the room.
The man before David Goggins.
It's close to 3 in the morning right now.
There's not a motherfucker that's up.
But behind the discipline, behind his military accolades, lurked a man who feared something more than death itself.
Comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre, being like average and shit just fucking burns and sucks so much. You'll never know the limits of your possibilities until you charter the waters of the impossible.
What really happened?
My fucking God!
And why is Greg Plitt still loved by millions, yet hated by some? And how did his greatest fear become the very force that destroyed him? Born in Baltimore, 1977.
I was growing up with sports and stuff, and I was always playing competitive sports since I was 3 years old.
Greg Plitt's family wasn't military, but they might as well have been. From the time he could walk, Greg was pushed into competition by his father. Wrestling, football, golf, it didn't matter. In their house, being a man meant turning nerves into fuel and not excuses.
So he's like, how you feel? I'm like, a little nervous. And he just fucking chewed me out. He goes, shut up. This is the reward right now. This is where you get to show it all off. And you get to take all those hours, put them all together, and explode them on the motherfucker on the other side of the mat tonight. Whew. That's the kind of father I had.
By high school, he was a 3-time state wrestling champion, a standout football player, and a golf club champion, graduating with a 4.0 GPA. But none of that changed what haunted him most.
There comes a day where being average, it's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up because you've seen people with far less talent than you. They're fucking to become something that you haven't.
His older sister had just joined the US Naval Academy. Greg watched her transform into someone tougher, and he wanted the same. But he was at a crossroad, because West Point, the US military academy, one of the toughest institutions in America, had also noticed his wrestling potential. It was a program designed to break young men down and rebuild them as leaders. The Navy meant safety, home, and family, whereas West Point terrified him, which is exactly why he went. By the time he graduated, Greg acquired a degree in business economics. He was a US Army Ranger, an airborne paratrooper, and eventually a captain, commanding 180 soldiers on missions around the world. From the outside, the path forward looked simple. With West Point on his resume, he could have walked straight into the usual 6-figure jobs, the kind of safe and respectable business careers his classmates often chose. But a free hotel voucher from his mum would change everything. He checked into a Marriott for a night out with friends, and by sheer chance, that same lobby was crawling with modeling talent scouts. One of them stopped him and asked if he was in the industry. Greg had no idea what that even meant, but that moment planted the seed. He realized the discipline he had sharpened in the army didn't have to die with the uniform. This could be his gateway to fulfill his true calling.
Because before it was luck, it was a belief. And every day with no one watching at 5 in the morning, I trained it because I believed in it. That's what luck is.
At first, it was rejection after rejection.
No, I had to crawl my way to get to the first cover. I had to break all the rules.
But eventually, the dam broke. One magazine cover turned into 10. 10 turned into an unthinkable streak. A cover every single month for more than 5 years straight. 250 in total. A record that made him the most famous male fitness model on the planet. Hollywood noticed, and he landed roles in The Good Shepherd, Terminator Salvation, and as a body actor for Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen. Amongst many TV show appearances, Greg was suddenly everywhere. National commercials for Old Spice, Under Armour, NASDAQ, MetRx, and 25 romance novel book covers. But to him, none of that was satisfactory. It didn't showcase his most valuable asset, the one that would immortalize his legacy, his way with words.
Grab your fucking nuts. For once in your life, have some ownership, some credibility behind your actions and your words.
If you want help with that, metaphorically, I recommend Macro Factor, the sponsor of this video. It's like the 2.0 version of calorie trackers, because it acts more like a nutrition coach to guide you towards your goals. It tells you exactly what you need to do so you can focus on execution. I've used it for over 2 years because it's the fastest tracker I'm aware of. It's really easy to use, and it's created by people who know what they're doing when it comes to nutritional science. It adapts your calories and macros to your metabolism and rate of weight loss or gain, so you can drop fat and gain muscle as intended. So if, like at the moment, I'm running 50 kilometers a week and say I wanted to lose fat, it'll adjust my calories so I lose weight at a good rate to minimize muscle loss while keeping it sustainable. You can scan barcodes, labels, and quick add recent items, so it's not too insufferable. And of course, there's no ads. It's genuinely a really good app, and using my code JoshBrett will not only give you 14 days free access, but also helps allow me to keep making these videos. By 2008, Greg had the fame, but he wanted to make more of an impact. That year, he launched GregPlitt.com, a counter movement against everything fake in the fitness industry.
I got so fed up with it. That was the value that I wanted to replace. I wanted to put in society the void that was going to be filled. I developed a website for that, to get the truth out there.
For a subscription, subscribers didn't get miracle pills. They got hours of workouts, nutritional guides, and raw vlogs, where he attempted to help people with their problems, and you could tell he actually cared.
When I got back home, I looked in the mirror, I saw failure. I saw a dream come to reality and realized it might just be that, a dream. The only way that sentence is true is if you believe it. That's the only way. If you don't believe that, it's not true.
His website was incredibly popular, bringing in more than $2 million a year. But Greg wasn't chasing money.
We are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an accident, but a habit.
He tore into mediocrity, mocked shortcut culture, and told people to bet on themselves.
I failed is 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena.
On stage at Expos, his words drew in thousands.
It's not about where we end up in life. It's about the distance we travel.
He had found what he was searching for all along, a way to turn his own pain and philosophy into fuel for millions.
Become the motherfucker you knew you could be. No one's gonna give it to you. No one's gonna give you the encouragement for it. You gotta find it from within. The belief of your fucking self.
But behind the indestructible image was a man terrified of mediocrity.
But I look in the mirror, man, and anxiety fills me. Every morning I beat myself up. You know, I believe in myself so much that there's more I can do, but like, isn't enough time? 36 years old, man.
Greg was always chasing improvement, even if it was at the expense of safety.
Because we don't want to be normal. Normality is what weak people call living. I call it death.
His online persona wasn't an act. With over 2,500 skydives, Greg lived every word he preached. But that intensity was polarizing. Critics argued he promoted extremes, that his obsession with discipline blurred the line between inspiration and danger. People called him a jackass, that he's full of himself, just marketing himself to make money. He was a brand, no question, but his online persona was, at most, an exaggeration of how he really was.
If you really want to avoid all the critics in your life, then do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing, and you'll never get their attention. But if you are something, and you're doing something, and you become something, guess what? You get their attention. And that pisses them off, because they could never be what you are now.
What are you in a dash?
No, you go to any gravestone, it says like, 1920 dash 2002. What's that dash? Well, dash is life.
Whether it's spending hours responding to questions from fans with his best advice, or going above and beyond to film his motivational videos, he was clearly focused on service over trying to make a quick profit.
I'm always gonna give it my 110 fucking %. If you guys do not do that, I promise you, your life will haunt you for the rest of your days.
Everyone from his family to his audience knew what he stood for.
You know, when they say it can't be done, tell them you haven't tried yet.
This was the essence of everything he believed, but it would also be the last video blog he would ever record. Greg was filming a self-produced promo stunt video for an energy drink at his favourite spot on the Burbank railway tracks. He had no permit, crew, or safety team.
Had on all black, the train went by, I saw him stumbled over the tracks. He had a camcorder in his hands.
According to friends and investigators, Greg likely believed the train was approaching on a parallel track, not the one he was standing on. The horn blared, but it was already too late.
Rising reality star's tragic accident has left family and fans reeling tonight. A vibrant fitness expert known for living life to the fullest, killed by an oncoming train while filming.
What was meant to be a motivational video turned into the final frame of his story. And almost instantly, the fitness world stood still. His girlfriend, speaking to the media in tears, said he was just trying to get the best shot. But that was the paradox of Greg Plitt. The flame he shared so freely was the one that finally consumed him. Greg passed away in 2015, age 37.
Greg's 40th birthday. Doesn't seem possible. You're a man, my son. Happy birthday. We love you.
It's all good, guys. It's coming. There's no fear towards death. And when it does come, the only reason why you have fear is because you didn't do everything you wanted to do in your life.
Greg Plitt stayed true to his words. Every word he spoke, every video he filmed, every risk he took was built on a single belief.
You're all's a lot more than you know. You got more inside of you to give.
In less than a decade, he became the most successful fitness model in history. There were global campaigns, Hollywood films, a website that turned motivation into a business worth millions. But none of it mattered as much as the people.
Put the emphasis on you internally, what you want to be for who you are. That's a fire that will never burn out.
Critics accused him of toxic hustle culture, of selling delusion, but his impact was undeniable.
The only thing that's valuable, guys,
Is how you see yourself in the mirror. You want to build confidence from within.
His story is a bittersweet reminder that time is slipping away.
Death gives you an eye-opening perspective of what matters. It gives you accountability, and it gives you responsibility.
Second by second, you lose the opportunity to become the person you want to be. Or you can start making excuses and take charge of your fucking life.